going to be a great trip, mate.
Be a beauty, mate. There's so much I want to see.
And do? Like surfing.
Surfing, smurfing.
Just 30 minutes from the Victorian border, the picture postcard town of Eden is our first pit stop on the way to Sydney. Perched on the edge of Twofold Bay, the area's unique history is the reason Rhys and I have dropped anchor. Dave, I know this area's famous for whale watching, but there's more to it, isn't there?
In years gone by, from the 1820s right through the 1920s, whales were harvested from the populations here.
Coxy and I have met up with park ranger and history buff Dave Costello in Ben Boyd National Park.
Now, Dave, obviously a lot goes on out there with the whale watching, but tell me a little bit about this impressive structure behind us.
Yeah, well, this is Boyd's Tower, and it's at one end of what we call the Killer Whale Trail.
Hang on, whoops, stop right there. What's the Killer Whale Trail?
We've basically given a name to this group of places where whaling history tells its story.
Fantastic.
The Killer Whale Trail includes several stops and is a great way to experience Twofold Bay's natural beauty.
Now, Dave, the Ben Boyd National Park, it's pretty famous for some surfing spots. Am I correct?
Oh, no, hang on a minute, hang on. We're not here just for pleasure. We've only got half the story. The story continues at the Davidson whaling station, where a local family by the same name lived during the whaling days.
It's a pretty unique story that we believe is probably one of the few of its kind in the world, where there's been a relationship between killer whales and human beings. Old Tom was the lead male in the pod that worked with the Davidson whalers. The killers would bring the humpback in for them, beach it. One of them had come in and lobtail in the bay just below us here.
So it meant banging his tail in the
Banging
water?
his tail, which makes quite a loud noise, and it'd wake people up, and they'd race down and jump into their boats.
What an amazing story.
Dave suggests we head into the Eden Killer Whale Museum to get more closely acquainted with this local legend.
Hey, did you look at that? That's old Tom.
Oh, the poor fella.
You know, if I don't get something to eat soon, I'm going to start looking like old Tom.
All right. Let's hit the road then. I know just the spot.
OK.